care credit, okay, which is child care, the child care credit. So the child care credit is non-refundable. That means you do not get any of that money in your pocket. What that particular credit does is it reduces your tax liability as well. Now, if you don't have a tax liability, then you don't qualify for the credit. So, good morning, Kima. That's why a lot of times when you go file your taxes and your tax pro might tell you, okay, you don't need the child care paperwork, and the reason why is because you're not gonna have a tax liability. So because you're not gonna have a tax liability, that's not even required to be utilized because you don't get none of that money back. Now, if you do have a tax liability and you paid some money into taxes, of the money withheld, I'm sorry, y'all. The federal taxes withheld, then what's going to end up happening is the child care credit will help you get some of that money you pay into the IRS back. And so the amount that you can claim for that particular dependent is up to, as far as expenses, is up to $3,000 for one dependent, up to $6,000 for two or more dependents. And the amount of the credit that you can get. Good morning, Latasha. I was looking for you. Stay at it, Latasha. Okay, so the amount of dependents that you can claim, especially you can claim for the child care credit, is $1,050 for up to $1,050 for one, $2,100 for two or more. But again, it's a non-refundable credit, and if you don't have a tax liability, then you won't utilize that particular credit. So when you add all of that up, right? So just say you add all of that up, right? So say you got one dependent, you in the sweet spot for the EITC dependents that you can claim. Especially you can claim for the child care credit. Add all of that up, right? So just say you add all of that up. Right. So say you got one dependent, you in the sweet spot for the EITC, okay? Say you qualify for the $2,000 for additional child tax credit. That means you have $5,995. And if you had the sweet spot for the earned income tax credit, I can tell you're not going to qualify for the child care credit. So that's what your refund is, $5,995. Now it can be higher than that depending on whether or not you had some taxes withheld from your wages. But when you look at these signs that says, okay, you're going to get $10,000 for your dependent, it don't even make sense. One dependent, it don't even make sense because the maximum amount of each credit don't even add up to that. So, a lot of times while you're not getting money for your dependents, is one, you might be over the income wages, the income limits for a particular credit, or you did not pay any taxes or had any federal taxes withheld, so your credits are eating up your tax liability to keep you from owing, and you might get a refund, but it's just a smaller refund. So there's not a one-size-fits-all type of thing when it comes to how much you get for your dependent. As you can see, it's a lot of different factors that take place. And a lot of things I didn't even mention, like, you have to have a relationship, some type of relationship when it comes to, like, the child tax and the earned income tax credit. You have to have, I don't know about the child tax credit, but, yeah, relationships, because they have to be a qualified dependent. You have to have, it depends on your filing status a lot of times, sometimes with the credits. And like with child tax credit, one thing that is often asked is if someone is on Social Security and they don't have any earned income, can they file a dependent? And the answer to that is no, because the earned income tax credit is based off and calculated based off earned income. So that means no unearned income. That means no unemployment, no retirement pay, no Social Security. All that is unearned income. So you won't qualify for the the earned income tax credit for that. And then right now, they might be making some adjustments with this proposal. But right now, in order for you to qualify for the child tax credit, you have to make at least $2,500 in earned income tax credit. Not earned income, in earned income. So that's why people who just have Social Security can't just claim their dependents, because they're not going to get any money back because they don't qualify for these particular credits. Everything has criteria and requirements, and you have to meet certain tests in order to qualify for these particular credits. Good morning. I just did a return earlier today. The taxpayer, like, the W-2 is only like $5,000. She got 3 dependents. Her refund is $2,900. She got 3 dependents. So in her mind, she probably would think like, oh, she got 3 dependents, her refund should be big. No, it's not big. Good morning, Cynthia. It's not big because she only made $5,000. So because she only made $5,000, the credits that she's going to get is only $2,900. I don't say only $2,900 because that's still decent. You know, any money is good money. But $2,900. So did I do something wrong to her taxes? No, I didn't. That's what she qualified for. You know, so that's literally how you qualify, or how you know the amount that you're going to get for your dependents. So when you get your taxes done, if you just kind of like want to know like what you qualify for or why your refund is a certain way, then ask your tax pro. They should be able to break down to you what you qualify for and how your refund was actually calculated. Now, if you ain't paying no taxes, the refund's low. You ain't paying no taxes. I had no taxes withheld. A lot of y'all owe. I don't care how many dependents y'all got on there. Y'all just owe.